Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanis. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get straight into this show here. So as you guys know, the Lakers find themselves in a very interesting position because at one point in these playoffs, the Lakers went up 3-0 against the Houston Rockets, and the Houston Rockets looked dead in the water. But ultimately, Houston was able to bounce back in Game 4 and survive and win Game 4. Then they came back to L.A., or they went back to L.A., and shocked everyone by winning Game 5 in pretty convincing fashion, although they gave themselves a late scare towards the end when the Lakers were able to cut their lead all the way down to 3. And with that, you can kind of feel like the momentum has shifted. And the conversation has now gone from, at the beginning of these playoffs, to if LeBron beats the Houston Rockets, this makes him the GOAT, to now, is LeBron about to be on the wrong side of history by becoming the first NBA player ever to blow a 3-0 lead? Well, as you guys know, the scene shifts to Houston tonight. If you listen to Şengün, these guys seem very, very confident. They seem like they now feel like as if that they can beat the Lakers. And all of the pressure on the world is going to be on the Lakers right now. All of the pressure. Some people say, oh, well, why is all the pressure on the Lakers? Because the Lakers are now the favorite in this series. I mean, the minute Kevin Durant went down, you could clearly see that the Lakers are a better team. Houston was stumbling and bumbling at end of games. They didn't even know how to close out quarters, hence the reason they lost Game 3, where they blew a 6-point lead in 25 seconds, where LeBron James ultimately tied the game, and they went to overtime where they beat the Houston Rockets at home. So all the pressure now is on the Lakers. Because if the Lakers lose Game 6, oh my God. Can you imagine the pressure that they'll be feeling at home in Game 7? But one person has decided to take it a step further, and that person is Kendrick Perkins. Not only does Kendrick Perkins believe that all of the pressure on the world right now rests on the shoulders of the Lakers, he's willing to take it a step further, and he says that LeBron James will become the first player in NBA history to blow a 3-0 lead. You can't make this stuff up, and he said this yesterday on ESPN. But before we even get into what Kendrick had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. All right, guys, the regular season is wrapped up and the NBA playoffs are finally here, and there's no better way to cash in on all of the high-flying hoop action than PrizePicks, a preferred partner of the NBA. Every bucket, every dime, every win means when you're making lineups on PrizePicks. And here's something you didn't want to sleep on. PrizePicks has the Do It Live 2026 NBA Finals sweepstakes going on right now. Make a $5 lineup with at least one live NBA player pick during the playoffs, and you could win a trip for 2 to the NBA Finals. That alone is reason enough to check out PrizePicks right now. I've been making lineups on the Celtics and Lakers players, and it makes watching the playoffs so much more fun. It's simple. Just pick more or less on player projections across basketball, baseball, hockey, and more. You can even pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup with stacks. And if your picks get off to a hot start, cash out early with easy payouts before the game even ends. PrizePicks is now available in all 50 states. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, a preferred partner of the NBA. Okay, perfect. So what we want to do is we want to play what Kendrick Perkins had to say to Malika Andrews and I think Danny Green, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Kendrick Perkins here.
But it's starting to feel like, could the Lakers be in trouble here, Perk?
They are in trouble.
Yeah.
They are in trouble. And matter of fact, the Rockets are going to win this series.
Ooh.
Everything right now, the Rockets,
Wow.
yes.
History.
Yes, making history. And I'm sorry because Braun is going to be on the wrong side of it. But right now in this series, it favors the Rockets. When you think about the youth that they have, and now you're looking at the scheduling, right? You're looking at the age of a LeBron James. They play Friday night. They have a 3.5-hour plane ride. They lose 2 hours. Did you see Amin Thompson last night? He played 45 minutes and looked like he could have played another game.
And you know what Alperen Şengün said in that post-game interview with me? He said we're not tired.
They're not.
He made a point in saying that.
Listen, I love that they have better chances. They are playing better. Lakers look tired. LeBron does look tired. But 159 teams have never won coming down 3-0. I don't see them being...
Well, guess what? We're in 2026, and I'm going to tell you something about this Rockets team that I'm watching. not only are they playing for the name on the front of the jersey,
Sure.
but they're playing for the names on the back of their jerseys. And this Rockets team is not only here to prove to the world that they could complete the mission, they're proving and sending a message to Kevin Durant as well that's saying, we want to get it done because we want to show you and the rest of the world that we don't need you right now to get this done.
We didn't even mention they did get Austin Reeves back in
Yes.
this game. What's it going to come down to for LA?
He needs another game. He needs to get his rhythm. Obviously, Luke Kennard has to play better. I think he needs more usage.
All right.
And as much as Rockets want to send a message, you know LeBron James is going to send a message as well. J.J. Redick is going to send a message also. They're going to be way more prepared they are for Game 6 than they were at Game 5. Their intensity, their level of focus. LeBron James, he has beat Father Time and time again. I don't think he's going to allow fatigue to set in Game 6 and allow this group to outrun them again.
But you're saying getting Luke Kennard involved, but how? When the athleticism of the Houston Rockets then kicked in. This is back-to-back games where he's been held under 10 points. You were saying Marcus Smart be better. Can he go out and get a 20-point performance? I think when you look at this series, yes, J.J. Redick, he started off, he was coaching his ass off, coaching circles around Ime. Ime started making adjustments, and now he's getting the best of his team. Okogie coming in playing big minutes. We saw Finney Smith come in yesterday and hit some big-time threes. All of a sudden,
he was hitting his shot. It was the best game offensively that he's had in this series. But now I think for the one outstanding for Los Angeles, LeBron James has yet to have a big game. And you mentioned the lack of threes, the lack of dunks, maybe pointing to some fatigue for him. But still, LeBron
James going to be fired up in H-Town come
has
Friday,
that one.
I'll tell you that.
Can we take a trip to Cleveland here, Perk?
Why not?
Excellent. So you heard what he had to say. What are my thoughts about this? Kendrick is going out here on a limb. He's going out here on a limb, and now I'm beginning to put myself in a position where it's like, do I have a prediction? Let me think about this. I'm just going to err on the side of caution and say that the Lakers win tonight. Or, a matter of fact, let me say the Lakers win this series. I don't want to believe that a LeBron James-led team will be the first team in NBA history to blow a 3-0. I don't want to believe, because, bro, now I know LeBron fell. This one it's going to affect, like, knock it off. Like, knock it the hell off. Of course it's going to affect his legacy. What you mean it's not going to affect? Of course it's going to have an effect on his legacy. So I refuse to believe that LeBron will put himself in a position where he will bring down this avalanche of criticism on him. Because if you think there's pushback now for being the GOAT, oh my God, it's going to be devastating. And I know his twerking ass fans, oh no, it doesn't matter. Nah, that ain't going to work, bro. That ain't going to work. Your man is going to be in deep you know what. So I'm going to say that the Lakers win this series. Matter of fact, I'm going to say the Lakers win tonight. Yes, I'm going to say that the Lakers win tonight because, dog, if they lose, it's a wrap for them niggas. It's a wrap. You heard?